Long ago, in the great and powerful kingdom of Babylon, lived a man named Daniel. He was remarkably wise, completely honest, and utterly faithful to his God. King Darius trusted him so much that he planned to put Daniel in charge of the entire kingdom. But Daniel's greatest strength wasn't his political savvy or his wisdom, it was his unshakable faith, 3 times every single day, without fail. Daniel would open his window toward Jerusalem, kneel down, pray to the living God. The other high-ranking officials in the kingdom grew green with envy. They watched Daniel's rise to power and seethed with jealousy. They searched tirelessly for some mistake, some flaw, some reason to accuse him of wrongdoing, but they came up empty. Daniel was faithful and diligent in every single thing he did. Finally, in their frustration, they said, "We will never find a fault in this Daniel unless it has something to do with the law of his God." So, these men devised a wicked plan. They went together to King Darius and said, "O king, live forever. We have all agreed that you should make a royal law. For the next 30 days, no one in the entire kingdom is allowed to pray to any god or any man except to you, our king. If anyone disobeys this decree, they shall be thrown into the den of lions." The king, flattered by their suggestion and not suspecting their true motives, liked the idea and signed the new law. And in those days, a law of the Medes and Persians, once signed by the king, could never be changed or revoked. When Daniel heard that the new law had been signed, he didn't panic. He didn't hide or run away. He simply went home, went to his upstairs room, opened his window that faced toward Jerusalem, and knelt down to pray to God just as he had always done 3 times a day. He knew the risk, but his commitment to God was more important than his own life. The jealous men who were spying on him saw him praying. They rushed back to the king, eager to report what they had seen. "Daniel, one of the captives from Judah, is ignoring you and your law, O king," they announced. "He is still praying to his God 3 times a day." When the king heard this, he was deeply distressed and filled with regret. He was very fond of Daniel and didn't want any harm to come to him. All day long, he desperately tried to find a loophole, some way to rescue Daniel from the law he himself had signed. But there was no way out. As the sun began to set, the law had to be carried out. With a heavy heart, the king gave the order. Daniel was arrested and brought to the den of lions. As the guards prepared to throw him in, King Darius looked at Daniel and said softly, "May your God, whom you serve so faithfully, rescue you." Then a large stone was rolled over the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own royal signet ring so that no one could interfere. That entire night, the king couldn't eat or sleep. He paced the floors of his palace, restless and worried, praying that Daniel would somehow be safe. Inside the dark den, surrounded by hungry lions, a miracle was happening. God sent his angel to protect Daniel. The ferocious lions became as calm as kittens and lay down peacefully at his side. Daniel was not afraid. He sat there calmly, knowing that the Lord who created the heavens and the earth was watching over him, shielding him from all harm. He was safe in God's care. At the very first light of dawn, King Darius couldn't wait any longer. He rushed to the lion's den. As the guards began to roll away the heavy stone, the king called out with a trembling, anxious voice, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve so faithfully, been able to rescue you from the lions?" And then, from the darkness of the pit, came Daniel's voice, strong and clear, "O King, live forever. My God sent his angel, and he shut the lions' mouths. They have not hurt me at all, because I was found innocent in his sight, and also in yours, O King." The king was overwhelmed with joy. He immediately ordered his men to lift Daniel out of the den. They examined him carefully, and there was not a single scratch on him. His faith had protected him completely. Then the king commanded that the very men who had maliciously accused Daniel be brought forward. They, along with their families, were punished according to the very law they had created. Through this incredible event, the awesome power of God was made known throughout all of Babylon. King Darius then wrote a new decree and sent it to every corner of his vast kingdom. It read, "I issue a command that in every part of my kingdom people must fear and respect the God of Daniel, for he is the living God, and he endures forever. His kingdom will never be destroyed. He rescues and he saves. He performs signs and wonders in the heavens and on the earth. He has rescued Daniel from the power of the lions, and Daniel continued to serve faithfully and prosper in the kingdom, always knowing that God is with those who trust in him completely." And so Daniel's incredible courage and unwavering faith became a shining light and a powerful testament for everyone who heard his story both then and now. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories of faith and courage. See you next time.